All right. You see there right now I'm making some changes, and of course I'm using AI as a tool to be more efficient and to code better with less mistakes thanks to, again, AI. I'm a software engineer myself for now many years. However, with AI you can be more reliable, you can find and troubleshoot much faster issues, you can end up with more efficient and better and more secure solution. Like sometimes, a lot of times actually, we need to come up with a solution from a given problem, and we are not a robot. So that's why we have to use AI, because we don't know everything, of course. And, it does happen. We are tired, we are not energized, so we need something that is always awake for us. Lastly, something very important is to use documentation. So I will show you everything. Here, I was making changes for Foodlabel. And so Foodlabel, basically, it's a food app application. It's MealSnap. Let me show you, of course, MealSnap. It will be very small because on this video, I'm not, my photo, or I should say the camera is very small, but that's the app I'm building. And there are some mismatch of the way how the labels are displayed. And once again, just use AI to help you. When you see something, of course, you have to be careful, because AI can duplicate code or can add extra code that is irrelevant or superfluous things. So we don't want superfluous code whatsoever. So that's why we always have to be vigilant. But anyway, AI is improving better and better every day. It's unbelievable. So here in my case, I was just asking for some clarifications about align self, because I noticed in my code I do have align send for one container, and for the other one, for the rating container, there it's justify content and align items to center for both of them. And the other one, align self. So I will ask this, and because I only want to make one prompt for now, I'll ask a second question, a little bit similar to about the shadow. So still about the container, but we have the shadow color here, and there it's black, and the other one, the shadow color is green, and I forgot why I did that. So I will ask this. I will send the prompt. So just let's wait now. And after, I will show you something super cool. So stay tuned. You will see. I'm not sure if you are having a coffee or a tea, but in my case, I'm having my hot drink. It's a coffee. It's a happy coffee, happy hot drink. All right. So here we are. Oh yeah. So it did change to black for the shadow color. So looking at the code, I need to make several adjustments to ensure consistency between the NOVA and the health rating indicator. Yes. And so the other one was regarding the alignment. So if we do use self or the other one, so what did it do here? Oh yeah, no, it did remove align self. So change, and there adjusting to match with this is. Alright, I didn't justify center to match with this ensure indicator. I will just ask a last question. Justifying content with align items to center. So are better than align self to center. Perfect. So let's just ask to double check this last question, because it didn't really say why. It's just for consistency. It changed from align self to justify content and align items, but it didn't say which one is better. So let's see. We want to understand. We are also here to learn, of course. So center the component itself. So here's the answer. Parents container, it's used the position component itself, not it's still on how the component for never approaches. It depends. So if you need to center the container itself, yeah, for us it's the container itself within its parent, yes. If you need to center content inside, I recommend keep both. I don't have content. Okay, so let's do that to keep both. Then so here, I'm not too sure if I want to keep both because content consistency. If you need to center content inside of the container, if you need to center content itself within its parent. Alright. Oh, it did change also. It changed the padding horizontal to 8 and padding vertical. So 12 and 8. No, that's fine. I don't want that. I think I will. What I might do is align self. Let me quickly check. I'll keep this for now. Align items. Yeah, usually that's what I was using. Yes, let's just use justify content and align items. Yeah, you see, that's very nice. We did it. Now it's more consistent. What I will do now is to commit our changes. So there we will see the changes. And here we have shadow color, black to green. Yes. And then we have justify content instead of align self. And in subscription, oh, that's some changes I did before. But that's fine. We can just generate a commit message thanks to AI. I really like this feature. So we can do commit. Of course, it's a good idea to always check the changes, like the commit. And normally, I suggest you to have one commit per change. Here, we probably got a bit lazy. And that's why we have one commit for actually this one and then the subscription one, which is not really relevant. But ideally, you want to have only one commit per relevant change. And now, I wanted to show you a really cool feature with Cursor. You can add docs, documentations. And so it will know that's already the documentation I have. And you can add new ones by clicking here, add new docs. So to add docs or to import a documentation you already have saved in Cursor, you do add and then docs. Or you can click here. And then you can search for docs. And then you can click add new docs. The example I wanted to show you is this one. So let's say we currently use Sendy in our project to send emails. And we call the endpoint subscribe to add new users directly to our mailing list. So we subscribe directly a new user when someone signs up in our service, to our service. We also subscribe the user to our mailing list. For instance, we would have a checkbox. Would you like to be part of our newsletter? And then if they do tick, we request, so we send this request to Sendy to add the user information, the name, the email, to our mailing list. But now, for whatever reason, we want to migrate and to move from Sendy to another one, or vice versa. Like in my case, I wanted to move to Brevo API because with Sendy, I got a lot of spam. And since I need to host it on my AWS instance, and Amazon just banned me from sending emails because it uses the Amazon email. The name is Simple Email Service. It uses that one, SES, Amazon Simple Email Service. And yeah, it's okay, but there's some limitation. And sometimes if you are a victim of a lot of spams, well, Amazon Simple Email Service can easily and without any reason just close your account. So you could migrate to Brevo or to Email Octopus. It's also a good one. And how to do that? Well, to migrate it easily. You already have your code with, let's say you request the API with Axios and you just want to change the endpoint and everything like that. You would go to API document, the API reference there. You would copy this and then I would go back to Cursor. And here, so depending on the project you are, in my case, I'm here. I will just do add new docs and then I would paste my documentation. I would press enter. I would call here API, Brevo API reference, and I would do confirm. And so then I can just do docs and then I click here and it will have all of the latest API it needs to know. So, I mean, all of the endpoints and all of the information it needs, because Cursor will just fetch everything from the documentation. The same thing with Email Octopus, or the same if you want to migrate to Sandy. Well, you just click here, API integrations, and from there you do the same, and then you would add the docs, and then add new docs. You press enter, send the API, confirm, and you can update your documentation. We can go to Cursor settings, and then you go to features, and then you scroll down until here, docs. And there is where you can manage docs. So if I want to delete that one, or if they did a new update of the documentation, I can also click on refresh, just to reindex. And so we reindex the documentation, and automatically it will turn back to green once it has indexed the latest documentation. So that's very handy actually. And I can remove that one. So yeah, we can very nicely update the documentation, the name as well, the link, I believe. Yes. Yeah, this is how it works. I hope this video was nice and pleasant for you, and I wish you a happy, wonderful AI coding. See you in another video. Ciao, bye bye.